Hey, America. So, I just want to say something real quick. When it comes down to me supporting whether it's a black business, whether it's not a black business, if I want it, I like it, I buy it. Also, if I can afford it, if I like it, I want it, I buy it. But this is the thing that I need people to understand. Um, when it comes down to these multi-million companies, things are going to always be cheaper, and things are always going to be, they're going to be able to offer you stuff that black owned small businesses cannot. And I think that people have to understand, saying Black Lives Matter and black businesses matter and just a quote, it's so much to that, because what happens is, we say these things, but then it's sometimes we don't display what we're saying. And this is before I became, this is before I started my own business. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, whether it's black owned or not. If I want to support you, I will. If I like what you're doing, then I'm going to support you. And I've came across, a lot of people saying, well, black owned business is more expensive. They don't offer this, they don't offer that. That is true, because I have came across black owned businesses and pay something, I'm like, oh, that shit tax and that's high. But if I want to support you and I can, I will. So the money is not an issue unless money is an issue. So if it's something that you charge and whatever for, and I could probably get it cheaper there, if I want to support you, I'm still going to pay that, because I understand that when we have our own businesses, we are not multi-million companies yet. So the stuff that Amazon, the stuff that Walmart and Sam's can offer you for cheaper is because they can. They have the room to do that. They have the room to afford subscriptions, and you doing this. But this is the thing that I need people to realize. In order for us to only the people who only want to support black businesses, in order for us to only support black businesses, somebody and people are going to have to believe in a company good enough to where they start making the multi-millions. Because if we all say, okay, well, that's too much, that's too expensive, I can't afford that. And if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. But if you can afford something and you truly want to support somebody, going in with the mindset of saying, okay, well, I know that's black owned, but these white people got it cheaper, so I'm gonna go with them. We're never going to be able to give you subscriptions to stuff. We're never going to have shipping rates lower. We're never going to have what we're trying to establish if we don't sit there and say, if I can afford this and I really want to support them, then I'm going to do that. Because if you don't believe in something or what they're doing, then I don't advise you just to support them because they're a small black business. I want you to support them because you truly want to support them. But if we keep going in the mindset of saying, well, these white people or these white people websites or these companies that are multi-million who can offer all these things, then none of our small black businesses are going to ever elevate to that level. You know why? Because we're stuck in a mindset of saying, I can get it somewhere cheaper. If you believe in somebody's work, if you believe in somebody's product, if you believe in anything that somebody is doing and money is not an issue, then you should be able to pay for it. You should be willing to pay for it, because at one point, these small companies were small companies. And guess what? We made them big companies. We made it to where they can do subscriptions. We made it to where they can do cheaper shipping. We made it to do all this because we're putting all this money in it. And it might have took shorter, longer. But for our black businesses to be multi-million and multi-trillion companies, we will have to sit there and say, hey, even though I can get it from this white person cheaper or this person cheaper or this company cheaper, I'm going to support my own because I know. And like I said, I have bought stuff from black people, black owned, businesses, and like all this shit that as fuck. But now that I'm even before I was, starting my own business, but now that I'm especially doing it, you have to understand you don't know how much money they have to put in to even make that price what it is. And sometimes, regardless of how the price may be to you, some companies don't even make their whole money back. And I know that. I didn't know so much of it before I started the business, but it's a lot of stuff that I sell that I don't get my money back. But it's not necessary to always get my money back. It's to sit there and say, okay, well, let me offer this, let me offer this. And I think we need to understand that when it comes down to certain things, I get it. It's not I don't get it. I'm not against you. I understand things are cheaper. I understand it's better for your pockets. I understand that. That is not what I'm disputing. What I'm saying is, it's just that when it comes down to small black businesses, you have to pay more because it's more for us to do what we do. We don't have these big investments and big endorsements. Some people do, but not all. And if you're trying to do something the right way, in the way that you're trying to do it, sometimes it's going to take longer. So when it comes down to you supporting somebody, because I'm not that type of person, I don't jump on because a million people bought that. I don't jump on what's popular. I don't jump on any of that. If I support you, I support you because I want to. I support you because you genuinely have my support, whether I know you or not. And some people that I don't even know that I support, and they never supported me, and I don't support you to support me back. I support you because I like what you were doing. I like, your products or whatever the case may be. I don't jump on something because it's popular. I don't jump on something because everybody is saying it. And a lot of times people have to understand it takes that one person just to believe in you to get your name out there. You don't know what you can do by sharing somebody's stuff. You don't know what you can do by writing a review. You don't know what you can do by just putting in a good word, or just, somebody asks a question and be like, oh yeah, this person does that. You don't ever know who you can inspire to support somebody else. And like I said, some people support genuinely, and some people support to get that support back, and some people support just to, jump on the bandwagon. Whatever reason that you choose to support, all I'm saying, when it comes down to black owned businesses, I understand that some of us are higher than the competitor, but at the end of the day, it's going to be worth in the long run if we really want to get our businesses up and running. If we want to have these multi-million companies that we can go to for everything, that's what we have to do. You have to start believing and stop saying certain stuff and just start putting in the work, because you just never know what a business could be or how it could, blow up if you just support it. And I just really wanted to say that because I think that when it comes down to a lot of things, we say a lot of things, but our actions are not showing it. And people who are not in a business, who don't have a business, or if your business is not your only primary income, you don't know how hard it could be sometimes. Like I said, for me, sometimes I don't even break even. Sometimes I don't even make the money. But at the same time, I signed up for this, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I just want this message to go not only for the supporters, but the people who have small black business who feel like giving up, who feel like, you're never going to be where you want to be. Never give up. Never sit there and sit at that table and have pity for yourself. Sometimes I know it could be an up and down, pro and con situation. But just keep believing in yourself. Make yourself a business plan. Try to execute it as good as you can. And I know it's going to be hard, but I don't want you to ever give up on yourself. I don't care how many clients you have. I don't care how many people bought your stuff. I don't care how many products you have. You keep believing in yourself. You keep motivating yourself. If nobody else can motivate you, if nobody else claps for you, you clap for yourself. You motivate yourself. You don't need it helps when you have people motivating you. It helps when people are clapping for you. But at the end of the day, as long as you have God on your side and you are doing what you can do, that's all that matters. So, that's all I have to say.